I have a problem if we don't.
Yeah.
Like, just because Trump thought of it, I'm not against it. Something that would stop the increasing number of rogue missiles that are in this world from maybe coming over here and incinerating me. Yeah, mark me down as a pro for that. I'm pro having, now, can we do it? I don't know. And the ballroom, I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. I was reading, it shows you like how the media is. Everything is always on one side or the other. When he's first mentioned it, it was like all about, oh my God, he's desecrating the White House. Then I finally read, oh, well, you know, they've done to the White House before. It's just a build.
Bill Maher and Bill O'Reilly just dropped a political bombshell that no one saw coming. And trust me, this one flips the entire blue state narrative upside down. For years, deep blue states were considered untouchable strongholds for Democrats. But something shocking is happening. These states are slowly turning red, and Maher and O'Reilly finally explain why. I'll be honest, I never thought I'd see this moment in my lifetime, yet here we are. Even lifelong liberals, the kind who swore they'd never budge an inch, are shifting. And the reasons behind this shift are far more surprising than you think. Let's dig into exactly how Donald Trump is winning over voters in places no one expected.
Trump wants to build a new missile defense system called the Golden Dome. Ah, yes, I read about this. That could cost hundreds of billions of dollars. Is that a good use of money?
Well, I mean, look, he's building, he wants to build an arch on the mall. You know, he's building a place he can dance at the White House and do the YMCA. He's going to do that there. And he wants to build a dome. I mean,
you got to protect the dance hall.
True. By the way, I'm very excited. I'm very excited with, you know, when the Democrats take the White House in 28, when we have the ballroom, you know, the Pride Month in February is going to be great in that ballroom.
You've probably seen the viral clip by now. Democrats melting down over Trump's decision to build a ballroom inside the White House. But here's the real twist. The outrage isn't about the ballroom at all. It's about an obsession that's spiraled out of control. Democrats are calling it a desecration, insisting Trump is turning a historic institution into his personal playground. One Democrat, Jared Moskowitz, even mocked him by saying, "Trump just wants a place to dance the YMCA." Social media laughed, but Bill Maher didn't. Instead, he fired back with a razor-sharp response that turned the entire joke around. Maher exposed how this outrage reveals something much deeper: the left's reflexive, performative hostility toward everything Trump touches. His comeback was brutal, brilliant, and pure classic Maher. Let's take a look.
I have a problem if we don't.
Yeah.
Like, just because Trump thought of it, I'm not against it. Something that would stop the increasing number of rogue missiles that are in this world from maybe coming over here and incinerating me. Yeah, mark me down as a pro for that. I'm pro having, now, can we do it? I don't know. You know, I read, you know, he says it'll take 3 years and 180 billion, and they say, well, that's it's going to take, whatever it is. Of course, everything is over-scheduled and never comes in on time or on budget.
Maher didn't hold back as he blasted the DNC for automatically opposing anything associated with Trump. According to him, Democrats have reached a point where if Trump says rain is wet, they'll scream that it's dry simply because he said it. Maher pointed out that the left dismisses Trump's ideas even when they could genuinely benefit the country. He highlighted Trump's proposed Golden Dome, a missile defense system designed to protect America from foreign threats, which Democrats instantly rejected purely out of partisan reflex. Then, Maher jumped back to the ballroom controversy, exposing how political obsession has blinded many to simple logic and common sense.
But that's, to me, a worthy thing. And the ballroom, I don't give. I really don't give. I was reading, it shows you like how the media is. Everything is always on one side or the other. When he's first mentioned it, it was like all about, oh my God, he's desecrating the White House. Then I finally read, oh, well, you know, they've done to the White House before. It's just a building, I think. Also, like, I realized after reading other people, We don't have a place when they have state dinners. They're doing it in a tent. This is America. So do I give a that he's doing this to the White House? I really don't.
And here's the part the critics never mention. Those massive White House event tents aren't cheap. During Obama's presidency, renting a temporary tent for a major event could cost over $1 million for one night. So building a permanent ballroom actually saves money long-term. It's more practical, more elegant, and more cost-effective for future administrations. But of course, the DNC immediately attacked it. Not because it's a bad idea, but because it's Trump's idea. That's exactly what Maher was calling out. The refusal to acknowledge basic common sense the moment Trump is involved.
Look, he raised the money privately.
Yeah, and it's private money.
You know, and if Newsom wants to knock it down when he's president, then he can knock it down, right?
Save your ire for the things that matter.
That's right. But they don't know what matters.
Well,
you know as well as I do.
I don't give a shit.
That the media is not in the business any longer of reporting what matters. It's not. They make their money either hating or loving Donald Trump. Yeah. That's where the cash register is. What matters doesn't matter to them.
O'Reilly hit the nail on the head. Today's media doesn't care about facts. It cares about clicks. Outlets operate on a simple formula: rage bait the audience or cozy up to Trump for attention. There's no nuance, no investigation, no balanced reporting. It's all about emotional manipulation to drive engagement. O'Reilly argues this is exactly why Americans no longer trust mainstream media. Journalism has shifted from informing the public to inflaming the public, creating a toxic media landscape built on division rather than truth.
Do you think that Mamdani's election will lead more financial organizations to leave New York City for Wall Street South in Florida? Tell me, I've read that term just recently, Wall Street South, Florida. This is your state. What is that?
A lot of Wall Street guys have moved to Palm Beach. It's been happening really since COVID. It's accelerated with increases in taxes. It's not just out of New York. It's New Jersey, Connecticut, it's Chicago, it's California.
So they're fleeing high-tax blue states for Florida.
And this is the luckiest guy in the world that Mamdani got elected, because his district is going to explode. My house, I live 8 miles outside of Queens, has gone up 20% in value since Mamdani announced. Okay?
Because
people aren't going to pay the punishing taxes. New York is the highest tax state in the union.
But you said your house value's gone up.
Yeah, because they're moving to Nassau County.
Oh, they're moving out of the city.
Out of the city, and they can still take the train back in the city and not pay the millionaire's tax or whatever crazy thing this guy wants.
Now that Mamdani is officially in office, the speculation phase is over. His actions, not his campaign speeches, will define him. If he pushes too aggressively into socialist-style policies, he risks alienating moderates, independents, and even Democrats who are tired of ideological extremism. That could easily shift momentum toward Trump and the GOP in the next election cycle. But if he governs wisely, stays practical, and actually delivers results, he could strengthen the DNC heading into 2028. His leadership over the next year won't just shape his future. It could reshape the direction and identity of the Democratic Party itself. Whether he becomes a unifier or just another polarizing figure is entirely up to him.
But what people don't understand is he can't raise the taxes unless the state okays it, and the state is not going to okay it. So this is just smoke and mirrors. And the younger people who voted for him, they don't understand that. They don't know what seizing the means of production is, but Ken Griffin does. He's the big Wall Street titan. He knows what it is, and that's why he's down in Palm Beach.
We'll see if they move. I mean, you saw Bill.
They're going to move. Well, look, they're already moving.
Hold on, Bill Ackman said.
No, they're not.
Hold on.
People say they're going to move all the time after elections. They don't do it.
Bill Ackman said he was going to move.
You know how many people moved out of New York City in the last 3 years? 600,000.
O'Reilly strongly believes New York's recent population decline is tied to Mamdani's election, and he might be right. If Mamdani follows through on his hardline promises, massive tax hikes on millionaires, aggressive wealth redistribution, or even controlling production for equity, New York could face an exodus similar to California under Gavin Newsom. Rich residents and major businesses never stick around to be punished. They relocate their headquarters, investments, and money to states with friendlier tax policies. If this flight accelerates, New York's financial ecosystem could collapse, shrinking the tax base and deepening inequality. Mamdani's progressive experiment could push the city straight into a financial crisis.
People move in America, and you're right.
No, but they're not moving because they want a better view. They like to keep more of their money that they earn.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, Florida is a really good case study. So when DeSantis became governor, there were 250,000 more registered Democrats in Florida when he became governor 8 years ago. Now there's 1.4 million more registered Republicans in Florida. That's all migration from COVID and re-registration from COVID, 100%. Right. So it absolutely is happening. Whether they will abandon New York in droves, I mean, Bill Ackman's a really good example. He said he was going to leave, right? He's been going after Mamdani. He spent a lot of money on him. And then the day Mamdani won, he said, I'm willing to talk and sit down and work with you. That doesn't sound like he's packing his bags.
Well, it's not everybody. But look, if you're a person in New York City earning $150,000, okay, that's a lot of money for most people in the United States. That's nothing in New York City. 150K doesn't get you very much. Right. It gets you In-N-Out burgers.
And that's the absolute truth.
And here's the truth. Things are likely to get worse. Not because of COVID, that's 5 years behind us, but because of taxes. People don't leave their homes over old crises. They leave because of current economic pressure. That's the same pattern California followed before losing hundreds of thousands of residents. High taxes, suffocating regulations, and endless bureaucracy choke opportunity. New York is walking the same path. If Mamdani doesn't rethink his approach, New York could become the next state to suffer a mass loss of people, businesses, and prosperity.
The working people at a certain level are going to say, I'm going to the congressman's state because there's no state tax there. There's no local tax there. I get to keep more of my money. This isn't complicated.
Well, I've looked at moving because I'd like to keep more of my money too. And
where should Maher move?
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not moving anywhere.
No?
No.
You're going to stay?
And the taxes here are ridiculous, but it's still Southern California.
Here's a fun question. If Bill Maher finally decides he's had enough of California's insane tax burden, where should he move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Maher constantly slams California's sky-high taxes and suffocating bureaucracy, from absurd permit delays to confusing construction regulations. He says the red tape kills creativity and progress. If he moves, it won't be for weather or scenery. It will be to escape government obstacles and reclaim financial freedom. So which state fits that checklist?
Do you think Vance or Rubio has a better chance at winning in 2028? Well, they got to wrestle the nomination away from Trump, which is probably not going to happen. Well, I mean, who knows?
You know, it's a totally different country.
What?
In 2028 than it is now. Totally different country next year. These nitwits on television go, oh, this is a harbinger of the midterms. You know how many things are going to change in the next 12 months?
Democrats are going to kill in the midterms for the same reason they killed this week. Democrats are going to wipe.
Depends. It depends. It depends if the prices come down.
Well, it's not just the prices.
Oh,
it's just,
that's the big one.
it's the perception that the people who get into power are always drunk with power. This administration's also just drunk.
Maher remains convinced Trump won't give up power in the next election. But O'Reilly thinks he's overreacting. He reminds Maher that political landscapes shift rapidly. We're only 1 year into Trump's administration, and pretending to predict the endgame now is unrealistic. History shows that public opinion and political momentum can flip overnight. O'Reilly's message is simple: patience. It's too early to forecast doom scenarios. Politics is fluid, not fixed. Maher's fears may be premature, and only time will reveal how things unfold. And with that, we wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.